So I've got the lovely Claudia here, and I'm going to be doing a beautiful kind of Valentine's Day look. It's going to be inspired around sort of pinks, romance, daydreamy, that kind of world, but we're going to make it a little bit more sort of modern. We'll be prepping the skin with the Bobbi Brown face cream. This is a vitamin enriched cream. I use this all the time when I'm working with private clients, and I really love it in my set bag too. So I'm just going to take a little bit onto my hands, warm it up, and then just take it all across the skin, because for the makeup to look super beautiful, we really need to have beautiful skin underneath. For eyes, I'm also going to be using the Bobbi Brown Hydrating Eye Cream, and again just take a little bit onto the fingers, just like this, and then close your eyes. And just work that into the lids all the way around. For lip balm, I'm using Tom Ford's Fleur Neige, and this is in 03. It's a beautiful one, really small and miniature, but it's also slightly pigmented, and it looks a similar sort of colour to Claudia's lips already. Next, I'm going to be using the Pore Professional, which will help to minimise the appearance of pores, and it also kind of helps with just sort of filling in those areas. I'm just going to do a little bit around here and around the nose area. Finally, let's curl the lashes as part of the skin prep. So the best way to do it is to ask to look down and then take the curling lash in and keep it there pressing for about 5 seconds. So I'm going to start on face first, and I'm going to be using Bobbi Brown's Skin Longwear Weightless Foundation. This comes with SPF 15 and it is in natural sand. So I'm just going to take a few pumps here onto my hand, and then I've got this MAC brush here, and I think it's a 187. I'm just going to use that, start working from the inside of the face, working outwards, and just really kind of buff it in, because we want the skin to look really nice and natural and hydrating as well. So I don't want to go in with anything too matte. But I do love this because you can build it into kind of a bit of a sheer look, and then if you want it more intense, you can go more to kind of make it look a little bit more heavier, well, not so heavier, but more coverage. For concealer, I'm going to be using the Maybelline Instant Anti-Age Eraser Concealer. I love this one. This is in 03 Fair. And actually, Claudia doesn't need much concealer now that the foundation is on. This area under her eyes. If you're doing this on yourself and these are your own products, then you can always use this finger to sort of work it into the skin, which is a good way. Otherwise, just get a small brush and just go all the way into the kind of inner duct area, because that's the area we also want to open up, and just sort of like take it out a bit. Just close and look up. I'm just going to take a stippling brush like this and just blend everything nicely through. So that's the base done. I'm going to go in with the eyes now, and then I'm going to finish off the rest of the base later. For the eyes, I'm going to start off with the Urban Decay Born to Run palette, and the two shadows that I'm going to use are Hell Ride, and then also this is called Wild Heart as well. And then I'm going to mix in a little bit from the Pixie palette as well. So I'm starting off with Wild Heart here, and I'm just going to go all across the lids, and it's super nice. And then I'm going to buff it out with a second clean brush and just kind of build it up a little bit. And just drag it out a little bit because we want it to make a bit of an impact but still be soft and beautiful. And this, I would say, works for an evening out look or even a daytime look. So you could kind of do this in the evening, in the daytime, and then continue into the evening if you're having a full day of activities on Valentine's Day or something. So just start in the middle and get the product on. That's the first thing to do. Go as close as you can to the lash line, but start in the middle of the socket, and then with the second brush just start buffing it and then build it up as you go along. Often I get asked the question, I don't know how to wear pink on my lids, or it makes me look, you know, too harsh, especially all across the lid. This is a really nice way to kind of do that. And because this shadow has got a little bit of glimmer in it, it just catches the light perfectly. And then just drag it out a little bit. So that's the first part of the eyes done. I'm going to go in a little bit with the Hell Ride, and just be really careful with this because it is a little bit more darker and it is slightly more pigmented. It's a matte kind of colour, and just take it into the ends of the eyes. Let's go around the other side. Then I'll get my buffing brush and I'm just going to sweep that in. I'm using the Pixie by Petra palette, and this is in Reflex Light, and it's the Pink Lustre, this one here, that I'm going to be using on the lids. I've already done this one. Going in with the second eye now. Just look here. And just start from kind of the middle and go inwards, because really that's the part we want to open up. You can also use your finger to put the product on if you think you're more comfortable doing it in that way, and if you think that you're not going to get as much kind of fallout onto the skin. And also, just a tip, although I like kind of doing the base first and then working in this way, you can always do the eyes first and then do the base if you're much more comfortable. And then just get a clean brush and just even it out everywhere. And I'm just using this brush on the other end of it because it's a little bit more smaller and I can get into these areas. I'm also going to just take a little bit of that and go into the inner duct area, just here and just here as well. And then I may actually just look up for me, do a little V. And just to add a bit onto the bottom there as well. Again, just to open up the eye. Close. I've got the Sephora Black Ink Fine Felt Liner. I picked this up in Paris when I was there. Really loved kind of this sort of pen on it, and I'm going to use that today to line the lashes on the top and just create a really nice kind of thin sort of wing liner. So I'm just going to get you to look at me. Lid, start in the middle and work outwards. And what I love about this liner is it's so thin you can almost like go into the lashes as well. And I want to get as close as possible to the lash to create the wing. Okay, so let's go with the second eye now. And I'm going to take a little bit here on my hand as well. Start with the middle, get as close as you possibly can to the lash line. Wing it out a bit. And then go on the inside. Then I'm just going to get Claudia to look at me. Powder onto the skin. And I'm going to use my favourite, the Delilah Cosmetics powder here. Getting a soft brush. And I just, woo! I'm just going to tap it out into this area. I don't really want this area to be so shiny. A bit around here. And just about here. To add a bit of warmth, I'm going to go in with the Tom Ford Sheer Cheek Duo. No, sorry, I'm not going to do that yet. This is going to be what I'm going to put on the cheeks. But before I do that, I'm going to go in with another product by Tom Ford. And it is the cheek colour. And this is what it looks like. It's a little bit more of a browner sort of colour compared to the cheeks. So I'm just going to get a bit of that. I just want to frame the face a little bit around and just blend it out. A bit around here, just to give it a little bit of definition, but not too much. And then I'm going to go back in with the Tom Ford Duo cheeks, and I'm going to be using the bottom one onto the apples of the cheeks just to give it that freshness, and then blend that through. And just soften it out. Nice. And then if we go into the other side, smile. Best way to put blusher on is to smile. I'm going to use Pixie Beauty's From Head to Toe, and this is a glowy sort of powder. It's in Wednesdays. It came from kind of one of their they're gifted packages that were sent to me, but I love this because I think it would make the perfect kind of highlighter. Just a little bit onto the side of my brush and onto the top of the cheekbone. And just look to the side. We're going to go with brows now, and this is Alleur's dark brown brow pencil, and Claudia has beautiful kind of brow shape already, so I'm literally just going to go underneath and just create some strokes just to define them, and I've brushed them up to give it a much more sort of modern feel to it. I don't want anything too harsh, so I'm literally just filling in rather than creating this crazy sort of shape. And then this is the other side of the pencil, so again just brush them up. A little bit more around this area. And just kind of mimic, fill in the brows here. And just go in the direction that the brows are in. Way to do mascara. Lift the lid. Go deep into the roots. And do the root areas first. So that's the mascara done. Now that all of the makeup is pretty much on there, you can tell that the lips are starting to look more of a kind of corally sort of pink tone, and I want to get that to sort of match up to the rest of the makeup, so I'm going to go in with a bit more of a pink. So this is Pop Beauty and the lipstick is Pink Tutu, and I'm going to start to put that all across the lip now. I've got the lipstick all across the bottom and I'm just going over the top now. Next up is Pink Tutu. They sent me this recently with a whole collection of their lipsticks. It's a kind of applicator, like a gloss applicator, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take a brush and apply that. And here is the final look. We were finally able to sort out the settings on the camera because the look was not translating how we could see it naturally to the eye, but I'm so pleased you can now see that. Hope you've enjoyed this look. Do subscribe to the channel, leave your comments down below, and don't forget to watch me on Instagram and follow all my behind the scenes footage and images, and I will see you next time. Take care for now. Bye.